Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of the Ginyu Farce, a Dragon Ball podcast. My name's Alex. I'm here again with John.
Hey, what's up?
And we have Connor again today. Connor's going to be a regular member on this podcast as well. We missed him dearly in the first episode. So thanks for being here, Connor. Just a couple of things before we get started. I'm starting to figure out this how-to podcast thing. So we're now on like all of the places that you would listen to a podcast, mainly Apple and Stitcher, and Spotify was the where we started. So we're there, and now we're on YouTube as well. So that's cool. So you can find us in all those places. And we have like a main, like sort of hub page now. It's on Linktree. So it's linktr.ee/the for the Ginyu Farce podcast. So there you can find all the places you can listen, and Instagram. And also I put a Google Doc on there which shows sort of what episodes we're watching for what episode of the podcast. So there's some because there's some filler episodes that we're not going to cover. So just in case you're following along, you can see, that for this for the third episode, they're not going to do these episodes because they're filler. So you can see that too. So,
And then you can email us while you're mad about it.
Yeah, you can email us at theginyfarcepodcast@gmail.com. So let's see. So briefly, for the first episode, we covered the Emperor Pilaf Saga, which was kind of an interesting introduction, and it kind of feels like we're watching a different show now, to be honest.
Well, I think what was great about it is that because the Emperor Pilaf Saga is so short, they really show you what the core of the show revolves around, which is the Dragon Balls. And then they get into, it's like, hey, also, we like to beat the shit out of each other. And
also fighting.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like an adventure, and we met all these cool characters: Goku, Bulma, Master Roshi, Turtle, Ox King,
Chi-Chi,
Yamcha, Puar, Oolong, Pilaf. We met a bunch of people. So basically, what happened was they found all the Dragon Balls throughout the show. They got stolen. Oolong got a pair of underwear as his wish. He stopped Emperor Pilaf from taking over the world.
Goku turned into a monkey.
Goku turned into Big Monkey and
got his tail cut off.
Smashed some stuff, lost his tail, and now they're separating ways. Goku's going to go train with Master Roshi.
And intro into episode 14, which is where we meet Goku's best friend, Krillin. And that kind of kicks off the whole training saga. We get another horny bonk again. And this whole 4-episode arc is just someone just needs a horny stick over Toriyama.
Yeah, but comparatively, I feel like it's toned down from the first arc.
I think it's toned down in it kind of gets more into it's quantity over quality.
Yeah,
because it was real hardcore shit in the first 13 episodes. Now it's just
it was
date rape.
It took away from the show in a way. I feel like when it was when all the when there was all the Bulma jokes and everything, I was just like, can we please stop? But in this, I don't know. It's more just oh, Master Roshi is a dirty old man, and it's pretty much just him. We get a little Oolong in there too, but
I mean, now that they're separated, I think
they
kind of tone Oolong down a little bit now that Master Roshi's kind of come in, take over Chief Horny Toad.
Yes. By the way, I just wanted to mention that this arc in Japan aired in 1986, and in the US aired in 2001. So I think the first arc aired in like I think we said like 1996 or something. So this aired like 5 years later.
Yeah, which takes me into what I was talking about last week, where he had a hell of a time getting this on American television. I think it was 3 times, because I think the first time was the one that I sent a link out to both of you in our group chat, which was basically the Emperor Pilaf Saga put into a movie, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, the Blood Ruby.
The Blood Ruby something, and like they're different. Like like Goku's name is like Zero or something, and then they came out with this first arc, and I don't think this first arc made it either, or they didn't maybe cancel it, but it didn't stay on. And then this was the time that it finally stuck.
Yeah, because at this point, people are invested. Dragon Ball Z is like a thing, right? Like kids are watching it on Toonami at home, so it was more of it was a safe bet to air in 2001, much more than it was in 1996. So we're let's see, Goku is heading off for Master Roshi's place, right?
It was a cool Nimbus Cloud scene.
Yeah.
That Connor, I don't know if you remember it, but it was just like 2 minutes of Goku just basically doing tricks on the Nimbus Cloud.
Yeah. He's just like,
it was so sick.
And just knowing that all of that is hand drawn, like that would have been that was just fun for me as far as artistic goes.
He's like surfing in the air.
Yeah, like cuts through like a mountain. A bunch of other crazy shit.
Yeah. Just being cool, being a carefree guy,
being a little monkey dude,
like he does. And we meet a little bald boy. I don't think we know his name yet, but we just like see him like running, right? He's like running through the forest.
Well, yeah, and then he runs by Bulma, Yamcha, and Poir and all that too.
Yeah.
Which I thought was silly. And then when you finally his entrance is from the boat, and then the big open-armed, like long front 1.5 that lands him head first in the dirt.
Yes.
Like a champion.
So we have Goku landing on the Turtle Island. Is that what they call it? The Turtle Island? The Kami House. And Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Poir are on an airplane and a little Dino Cap plane, and it crashes. And then we meet Krillin as well. So Krillin is introduced, and he doesn't really like Goku. He's like, I'm serious about martial arts. I'm like a monk. I have been training for a long time. And now who's this kid who's, being
naturally gifted.
Yeah, and being a goofball, right? Like, he's better than me, and he's without even trying.
Well, even before we get into the training, we gotta bring up launch, because I enjoy. I mean, just right off the bat, they throw out some hard differences between Goku and Krillin. Krillin shows up with magazines. Some I don't know if they're like, I'm assuming Playboys, but I also think that it's like swimwear too.
Yeah, he shows up with maybe a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and a Victoria's Secret catalog.
But anyway, so he already shows up with that. But then even more so, it's when he hops onto the Nimbus Cloud and can't ride the Nimbus Cloud.
He can't ride it, yeah.
And but on the opposite end of the spectrum, Roshi will only train them if they essentially kidnap a woman for him to date.
Yes, he needs a date. And he won't just train anyone.
Yeah.
Unless you can bring him a girl. So he can get another nosebleed. Right? So
then Goku fails twice. So he brings one, we'll just call her Homely.
Yeah.
A very homely lady.
I imagine her name's like Olga or
Helga.
Yeah.
And so then she leaves, and then he brings back a super hot mermaid.
Yes.
And that doesn't work because, well, Roshi tries to make it work. I forgot about
that. Yeah. He can adapt.
Yeah, he's malleable. And then with Krillin helping him, we meet the best character who was never brought back
Yeah, we do
Launch.
meet a great character. Which brings me to a point that Goku like can't tell if someone is a male or female, which is kind of touched on in the first arc, but he's like talking to Krillin, and he's like, how do you know? Like he like brings he brings Helga over, and like he's like, it's perfect. Look how strong she is. Master Roshi's gonna love her. and it's just like he can't tell. Like maybe it's because he's like not human. That he like
No, he just doesn't have that instinct. His instinct is to fight.
yeah, but he took a pretty big hit on the head, so
Exactly.
I mean, he grew up as a recluse. He basically grew up alone. In
That's
the
true.
woods
That's
with
true.
His grandpa a little bit.
And then he murdered his grandpa.
yeah.
We
So
don't talk about that.
he has like no
No social skills whatsoever.
or like cultural bias.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't know like what beauty is, I guess, or like a lot of things.
Well, I
because-
mean, we'll get into
Yeah,
more
there's
of
a
that
lot
when we
of,
get.
like beauty standards.
Yeah.
because he's just never been around it.
And then even more than that, we see it so much more when we get to the World Martial Arts Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't even get into that right now, but we'll wait till we get there. But I fucking love Launch, man.
Launch is a great character.
I love the saloon scene where she's
Yeah.
introduced and like,
Yeah.
everyone's like, excuse me, pretty lady, you
Yeah.
remind me of a girl I once knew.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And like she just transforms and she's just
Yeah, she transforms and she's like, we have blue hair. Launch. She's like super like timid, naive. Yeah,
that like typical like 80s style like Japanese housewife,
Yeah.
cook, clean.
Yeah,
Do whatever you
very
want.
like happy to just like. She's an angel, really.
Yeah, that's
And then she sneezes, and whenever she sneezes, she changes form. So she switches between the blue form and blonde. And blonde Launch is. What is blonde Launch? Blonde
Launch is a criminal.
She is a criminal. Yes.
She's a criminal who has an anger problem, and I know that they bring her in because she's already wanted before Krillin and Goku even come across her for robbing banks and trains, and I think that the saloon scene is the gang is after her, so she's already
an outlaw. She's an outlaw.
And so you kind of get introduction of the saloon scene, and then Krillin and Goku finally get introduced to her in the police scene.
Yeah, because they're on, they're exploring, and Krillin's on the cloud somehow. How did that happen?
They do touch on that later. I believe he's literally just hanging on to Goku because they make
he's like on his back, right?
Yeah,
he's like giving him
he-
a piggyback ride.
yeah he makes a comment about it. He's like, I can't ride the Nimbus Cloud. They're like, oh, so I'm holding on to you or something like that.
Yeah. So even if you're on the cloud, even if you can't ride the cloud, you can ride the person who's riding the cloud.
Yeah.
But they hear a girl screaming for help, and they investigate, and this is Blue Launch, who is currently about to be arrested because Blonde Launch was on the run. She sneezed, turned into Blue Launch. She has no idea what's going on. So Goku decides to help and just beats up some cops.
Yeah, casual cop.
He's very ACAB in this arc.
I hate this note. And Krillin is Blue Lives Matter.
Krillin is Blue Lives Matter because Krillin was like off to the side and he was like, I totally
Respect everything
respect
you do,
you guys.
Yeah.
I respect you guys. And then Goku's just like kicks him in the face.
Well, again, Goku doesn't know what a police officer
he doesn't
is.
know what a cop is. He's just like, you're a bad person because you're harming this person.
lady. And so that is a rescue. And then we get launched back to Kame House, and And that's just fun.
It is fun. I made a note that I really like the dynamic between Master Roshi and Launch, because Master Roshi is like a perv, right? And so he's like trying to like be a creep with Launch, but then she'll like sneeze and then like just pull a submachine gun out of nowhere and just like, blast him. And so it's kind of it's a good gag, I think.
No, it's good, and it's a good quid pro quo situation because as much as Launch likes to shoot up Roshi and all that shit, she is on the run. She does stay.
Right, she doesn't leave.
It works out well for everybody. Yeah. So we have our main crew going forward in our training arc. You have Roshi, Launch, Krillin, and Goku.
And Launch is gonna train with Roshi too.
Yes.
At first.
And then they get the training outfit on, and it's
literally just lingerie.
Yeah, right? It's just lingerie. And
it's like, come on, man.
Then she sneezes. That doesn't last very long, and so then we get to. That's where they do the test first, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, they do a
100 meter.
They do a 100 meter sprint. And Krillin does it in 8.8 seconds. And he feels good about that. Goku does 8 seconds.
No, Goku does.
Oh, he does worse.
10.6 the first time, and then
he gets some new shoes.
Krillin tries to call him out on that.
He gets a new pair of Nikes, and then he does much better.
Yeah.
And so he does 8, and then Master Roshi does 5.6. So he smokes them.
Yeah, Roshi smokes them without trying, and then that gives him something to work towards. Then we get to Master Roshi's training, which he does bring up, but all Master Roshi's training is just working yourself to death.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is, and pushing yourself past what you think you can do. And that starts with the stone. He draws a little thing on a stone, throws it out over a cliff. Mm-hmm. Oh, I should say they move from Kame House over to a random island.
Right, they go to an island to train. But yeah, Master Roshi does a stone test where he just puts a logo on a rock and throws it into the jungle, and they have 30 minutes to get it or they can't eat.
And only one person can eat regardless. Yeah.
So this is, and then Krillin is sort of like a
bad guy.
You almost think he's like a villain at this point, because he's
it's I don't want to say villain. It's basically he doesn't have any sense of character yet. He doesn't have a sense of pride in himself. He just wants to take the easy way out, and so it's fun during training to watch Master Roshi change that and change the way that he thinks and change. In not pretty much, change the complete path of his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think Krillin's definitely smarter than Goku. Krillin, I think, knows that he can't win this competition, the stone contest. He knows Goku's gonna find it before he does, so he cheats essentially.
Master Roshi catches him
for cheating,
and then Goku finds the stone. Krillin steals the stone, and then wins. So they eat, and Goku doesn't.
Yes, but the meal is pufferfish, so they end up getting super sick.
And that kind of wraps up that episode, and then
So then we really start the training where they have to deliver milk, right? So,
and it's more, for comparison, it's usually delivered by helicopter on the island, simply because of all the mountains and on the vast area they have to cover. Master Roshi says, no, we'll do it, trucking along on our feet.
Mm-hmm. So they do it by hand. Or on foot, I guess.
On foot.
But they also have to zigzag through the trees.
Zigzag through trees with the milk, and then in time. Oh, they all have to do it with 50-pound turtle shells, I believe it is.
Yeah. I think after like the first day, they get the shells, right?
Yeah, after the first day they get the shells, and then towards the end of the training, he doubles the weight. But yeah, their entire training is literally just delivering milk, plowing fields with their hands,
Yes.
and construction work with no power tools.
Yes.
And I gotta wonder if Master Roshi is collecting.
Is he getting paid?
He has to be, because he has to be using that money to feed the bottomless pit that is Goku.
Yeah, because Goku is always hungry. And do you think that's just because like he's continuing to get stronger and stronger and stronger so fast that his body just like requires a massive caloric intake?
Well, there's a lot of factors. You're still growing. I mean, Goku, we hope to find out, is 12.
He's 12, yeah.
So still growing. He's a Saiyan who we find out later in Dragon Ball Z are known for their ability to eat large portions. And then on top of that, you're doing one of like the hardest training regimens in the entire world. So you're basically tripling whatever your caloric intake would probably be anyways.
Yeah.
Just because you're going through so much of it. So I mean, yeah, one would assume that the way that food metabolizes differently for them.
And also, we learn much, much later that Saiyans have a characteristic where when they push their bodies like really, really hard, they like become way stronger from that, right? Like, so Goku's doing that like constantly.
Mm-hmm. And that's a theme you see throughout the entirety of the show. And then once you figure it out, then, you even have people doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
I always had a problem with that. But, and then we didn't mention it, but Goku does fall asleep in the same bed as Launch at some point, and then she wakes up and shoots him in the face with a gun, which Goku responds with, "Ow, that's not very nice," and kicks her straight in the face.
Kicks her in the face and then knocks her unconscious. Yeah. Pretty funny. We also learned that the training, like the milk training and the plowing of fields, is exactly what Grandpa Gohan and the Ox King did, who were their Master Roshi's first pupils, right? So they did the same training, and that is very inspiring to Goku.
Yeah,
like,
Goku really...
He's like, my grandpa did this, like, I can do it.
He's always got a real hard-on for his grandpa.
He does, yes.
That kind of brings us to the main thing, which is the World Martial Arts Tournament. I'm not going to touch too much more on training, because it's just kind of, your typical montage.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that, Master Roshi, I just want to say it. I think he has good intentions, but some of his methods are kind of not cool. Like where he ties them to a tree and like hits a beehive, and they just have to like dodge bees.
That one was funny.
Like, that's so rude. Like, aren't there other ways that you could do this? Like,
I mean, that's kind of the...
What if they had a bee allergy and you didn't know?
And then your bloodline's weak and you deserve to die.
I doubt Master Roshi's carrying an EpiPen on him.
I mean, remember, this was in the 80s. People didn't give a shit about that back then.
Well, he like makes them swim across the lake without telling them that there's sharks.
And running from dinosaurs, that one's fun too.
Like, he's like, swim across this lake, and then they're like halfway through it, and they're like, oh, there's sharks in this lake. Like, he could very easily get them killed. And but I think he means well, I think. So they're wearing the shells, and then they're 50 pounds. They eventually go up to 100, and so they're doing all this training with 100 pounds of weight on them all day. And at this time, you learn about this little thing called the World Martial Arts Tournament, which takes place, I think, is it every 5 years?
Yeah, it eventually has changed, but yeah, it's every 5 years. I just think this is great, so I'm just gonna read verbatim what you wrote for 18.
Okay.
This is his summary of 18. I think it's hilarious. Seeing others trained does a good job of raising the stakes, tilling barehanded. I can't even imagine. Launch, still funny. No child labor laws on this island. Master Roshi is a bit of a douche. Bees? ? I thought that was a pretty funny summary.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah.
No child labor laws on this island. Again, it's the
Right.
80s.
Right. Exactly. It's not the 80s in this universe.
Yeah.
You would think, I don't know. There's clearly OSHA doesn't exist in this.
There's plenty of kids working out there.
There's no OSHA in this island.
The tournament basically boils down to
it's every 5 years.
every 5 years. Master Roshi does explicitly say they're not going to enter to win.
Right.
They're just entering to learn. That gets brought up multiple times throughout the arc.
It's not about winning. It's about trying.
Training.
And it's about seeing that you're not the strongest person in the world.
And Master Roshi specifically says this is the next step in your training. And then, like you said, that I said, it does show everyone else training. Yamcha specifically, and I know I put this in the group chat, but I hate when they kind of come full circle and they're bringing everyone back in and they see Yamcha and Yamcha's he does his wolf bang fist.
Oh yeah, he's in a forest.
And he's got this stupid fucking porn stash and this stupid goatee, and he's like, it's been about a month since I've been out here, and sure, I'm strong.
Yeah.
But maybe I should return. I'm like, why the fuck are you talking like that, Yamcha? Irritates me.
Yeah, he has a whole moment there.
Yeah.
Makes him get a haircut to put him in his place.
Yeah. Which I think is good.
You'll have to make this up to me, Yamcha.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we end up. Yeah, there's a bunch of people training for this tournament. Goku and Krillin go to the tournament. Yamcha's also there, so the gang is sort of reunited.
And that's also where what we talked about earlier comes into play, which is Goku not understanding anything. As they're flying in, they have they see the lights from the city.
Oh yeah.
Look at all those stars on the ground. And he's like, those are lights, you caveman, or something.
Yeah.
And then it continues even more when someone hands Goku a microphone in the tournament, and he's like, is this for me? And he thinks it's food.
Oh yeah.
So just reinforcing.
He doesn't understand technology.
Yeah.
At all.
At all.
At all. So we get to the city and the tournament is about to start. And so that sort of concludes the first half of the saga. So the first half is getting ready for the tournament, and then the second half is
The tournament.
the tournament itself.
They all fly. Launch in her endless grab bag of tricks has the ability to make an entire 3-piece suit, including a top hat.
Oh yeah, she's a master.
She just throws that together,
Mhm.
and good. It looks like good stitch quality on the hat. Just saying.
Yeah, she's a seamstress.
And then the other thing is they fly to Papaya Island, and we're just gonna toss it out there for anyone who hasn't seen the show. Toriyama is super into vegetables and music, musical instruments specifically. So yeah, you'll see a lot of that.
A lot of vegetable names.
Yeah, a lot of vegetable names like Vegeta.
I
think that has a significance to it. There's a bunch of them in there. I think there's someone named Turnip at some point.
Yeah. I just want to say, just to touch back on that Yamcha reintroduction forest scene, he is still missing a tooth, which just killed me. He does some little smirk thing, and you can see that.
It's when he says, "Then sure I'm strong."
He has a tooth missing, and I just thought that was so funny that they keep the continuity. I just love it.
Yeah, no, they gotta keep kicking Yamcha.
He's still missing a tooth. So,
we get there. The gang has a little, reunion. They sign up. Next day, Master Roshi sends them off. We finally see that ghee, that orange ghee that stays with us through the whole show.
They get their trademark outfits.
Yep, that trademark turtle hermit.
Mm.
And then you kind of get to the elimination round. I think there was 130 something people entering into the World Martial Arts Tournament, and then they do 1-minute elimination matches.
Yeah. So the tournament is for the public is 8 people. So it's 8 people, the top 8 in the whole world compete. But before that, anybody who enters has to compete in an elimination round.
And I believe it's it's also open like entry. Anyone is allowed to enter. You do see a little bit of pushback from the whoever officiator is like sign up person is like these 2 want to enter to the kids.
Oh yeah.
So just make a note of that.
It's funny because they're like so small.
Yeah.
And some of these guys in the elimination round are just like
huge,
massive, like
or animals.
Yeah, like strong men. Like did their training like just pulling like trucks.
Yeah.
You know, like those strongman
contests. And then on that note, that makes a big impact on Krillin. Because Krillin has a little mini freak out moment and almost wants to bitch out. And then we get a little backstory on Krillin from that too, which is the reason that he went to Master Roshi is because he looks like he was kind of driven out of his own martial arts school.
The temple.
Orin
Temple.
Bullied out.
Yeah, he was bullied, we find out.
Yeah.
We get a little character development.
Yeah, he was bullied and then left. And then we see the bullies and find out that the bully is Krillin's first opponent. And then also Goku says to Krillin before even that they probably shouldn't use their full strength.
Right.
Because Goku's first match, he touches this like huge guy.
Yeah.
And
just gives him a little love tap.
Yeah, like just a little finger tap and he pushes him out of the ring.
Yeah.
But when Goku finds out that Krillin's first opponent is the bully, he says, don't worry
He's
about
like,
it.
Go for it. And he I think he kicks him.
He kicks him and kicks him through the wall.
Yeah, he goes outside.
So that also flies past the rest of the gang.
Yeah, Bulma's like walking down the sidewalk and like this guy just
Bulma is also trying to find a way to watch the preliminaries.
Yeah.
And so it kind of solves that problem by giving her a way to watch too.
Yeah.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about before the hole is made when Oolong gets a horny bong. It's at least 2 horny bongs. Where for looking up at Bulma's skirt and then when she falls, trying to step in as a hero when like every dude is stopping again to look at a 16-year-old's underwear.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, because she falls and like a crowd just gathers. I'm like, what? What? Like there's like 30 people.
30 seconds too, and then Oolong just like it's like boom, like 12 dudes and a dog.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like it, but anyway,
2 horny bongs. So then we kind of once we see that, then it kind of you see the three of them, Yamcha, Goku, and Krillin.
Yep.
Kind of all start to breeze through there.
Yeah, they all make it.
And then they very briefly show Jackie Chun and a couple other people, and they announce the prize amount, which is 500,000 zeni.
Yes, which I assume is a lot. I don't really know how much zeni is.
I actually added to the notes last night. Let me find it real quick. So, all right, 500,000 zeni. I found a Reddit post. And there's two tangible options here. A lot of people say that zeni is pretty much equivalent to yen. So if we do the math on that, 500,000 zeni is approximately $5,000.
It's not very much.
So, but there's another theory, and it says that Yenny, and I don't remember the Reddit user who threw this up, but they said that zeni is actually pre-Japanese currency, like before yen.
Oh, okay.
Before yen, they had a currency called zeni.
Didn't know that.
Neither did I. I don't know how factual that is. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. Who knows what happens on Reddit? But yeah, because we find out, however, the prize money goes later. But yeah, it's all apparently only like $5,000. So that's not a lot of money.
It's not that much.
But I mean, again, we would also have to look at like exchange rates. Like if we really want to do this, we'd look at exchange rates going back to like in the 80s.
Because we would assume they would make it to be in comparison to how much dollar was worth in the 80s.
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about that, like,
it equates to like about 50 grand today, probably.
I would assume,
Which
yeah.
is, I mean, cool. That's enough money to change your life.
Yeah,
but
I would
like,
say so. All right, let me get back to
I don't know. To be the strongest fighter in the world, I think you should get more than.
Well, and they do end up showing that the prize money gets bigger eventually, but they also have a little thing with Yamcha. Yamcha wants to fight Goku again, but not in the elimination round because they only get a minute.
Right.
And then you just kind of get introduced to the semifinalists little by little.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ran Fan, Nam, Jackie Chun, and Bacterian, and the dinosaur dude.
Oh yeah, Giran,
yeah.
Which
is silly, since in Super we get a like the all powerful Jiren. But
true.
Yeah.
I just want to make a note that in that episode, I got hit with a huge piece of nostalgia when there's like they're getting ready to start the semifinals and there's like two monks and one looks at the other and he goes, "I just love fighting," and because that's like straight from like a Toonami commercial. I know it was where like they were like 5 o'clock. Dragon Ball, and then they would like cut to that.
I just love fighting.
Yeah, and
on Toonami.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that was awesome. Like, it just hit because it kind of feels like we're watching Toonami in a way because it's like every day we get an episode in.
No, it's great. All we're missing is just the little advertisements.
Yeah, we just need the little the CGI little blue guy.
Yeah.
To rate music videos and video games. Is that what was his name?
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom. You know, then going into this next episode, my nostalgia hit when I saw the announcer.
Yeah.
The announcer that stays through Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I think he's in Super, maybe somewhere. I don't know. No, maybe not. But
I love the announcer.
Yeah,
the announcer's great,
man.
The announcer,
he's just a silly guy who loves his job.
S tier character.
S tier, man.
So I think we should talk about who's fighting who. So we have 8 people. We have Krillin fighting Bacterian.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yamcha versus Jackie Chun.
Yep.
And then Nam versus Ranfan and Goku versus Giran.
Yep.
And you get this. I love how they kick the semifinals off with the silliest match you could do.
Oh, with the Bacterian.
Yeah, Bacterian, who is, for people who haven't seen the show, a guy who has literally never bathed a day in his life. Yes, and he's very large. Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's got some roles.
He's the dude you avoid in Walmart at 3 a.m. Yeah, we've all seen him.
We all know a Bacterian.
Yeah,
I think.
Yep.
We all know. He's that guy that you just kind of you don't get too close because you'll smell him.
And I think that the attacks that he uses are silly. It's a silly guy. The smelly finger attack is funny.
Yeah, he's fighting Krillin, and he literally just like sticks his hand in his pants.
Yeah.
And just feels around, and then just like throws the odor at Krillin, and like that's enough to like knock him out. Also, I gotta say, how did they not notice him in the elimination round? Because wouldn't he stink up that whole room?
You would think so. I just love how at the very end of it, it's like Krillin's getting his ass beat, and then you see our Goku. He's like, Krillin, you don't have a nose. Krillin's like, oh yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. I don't have a nose. And that's all it was. That's Dragon Ball in a nutshell, really. Like it's fighting, it's action, but it's also like comedy.
Yeah, just almost like the slapstick style. Yeah, and it was pretty silly. And then,
how does this man just not have a nose?
Yeah, wouldn't that be hard? Wouldn't he be mouth breathing all the time?
Well, I also think it's funny that that's like the only time that gets brought up.
Yeah.
In like the entirety of the show, like that's a serious medical condition, and like the only time it's brought up is in that specific scenario.
Yeah, you would think if I met someone without a nose, I'd probably notice it right away.
Yeah.
Right, like it's
Voldemort looking motherfucker.
It's not like It's not subtle to not have a nose.
Well, and I mean, I'm just thinking, like, you're a nurse. Like, I'm
Right.
thinking of all the medical, like, dude, your allergies, like, what do you even do about that? Seasonal allergies got to be a bitch with no nose, man.
Yeah.
Just draining.
It turns out Krillin has a serious disability.
Yeah. So he should get some money from the government for that.
He gets to park in the handicap spot when he's older.
he gets a nice sticker. So you get that silly episode, and then you go from the silliest episode to Nam, who's just stoic. He's very serious. He needs water. He needs it now, man.
Yeah.
And his brother is haunting his dreams.
Yes. Is that before Yamcha and Jackie Chan?
Oh yeah, I guess actually, and Jackie Chan is the second one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one goes so quick.
It does go very quick.
And it kind of just sets the tone for Yamcha just always being, not even second best, but he's just
A loser.
you're just a loser, buddy.
He just loses. That's
Every
what he
time.
does. That's what he does. So, and then that's where we really get introduced to Jackie Chan, who you, as a viewer, you know very early on that it is Master Roshi.
Mm-hmm.
But just because he laughs the same, he has the same he's a perv like Master Roshi.
Yeah, but it's not subtle.
No.
The way they disguise him at all.
But nobody else knows in the show.
Nor do you know his reasoning for entering the tournament.
Right. So Master Roshi is in the tournament in disguise, and he fights Yamcha, and I use the term fight lightly. It was more just
It was Jackie Chan evading Yamcha's moves, telling him that he's not a bad fighter, basically, and just got bad luck, and then uses
he just uses some little key thing. And just,
well, I love what it was. Here, cool off with this refreshing winter breeze, and it's just this
cold. He throws wind at him.
Yeah, cold wind, and
he's an airbender.
Yep,
and knocks him out of the ring. And so Jackie Chan advances, or Master Roshi advances, and he's gonna fight Krillin in the quarterfinals.
And then also Krillin also gets shafted pretty hard with is that a hairless cat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
So we got stuff to do. Well, more on that later. Hairless cats.
We'll come back to that.
You do see Wolf Fang Fist. It does nothing as usual. Has it ever won against anything except for dogs?
I don't think so.
I mean, he hit Goku with it once, I think.
Yeah.
But you see the first.
Goku was hungry.
Yeah.
But Goku was hungry
Mhm.
as usual.
And then you also see the first mind reading.
Oh yeah. Master Roshi / Jackie Chan can read people's minds, so he has that. Kind of gives you a little foresight into this guy's got some real techniques that hopefully we'll get to see, and we do see.
And we still haven't found out how old Master Roshi is yet, have we? I mean, they touch on how old he is when they.
We know he drank from a fountain of eternal youth.
Yeah, so I believe he's over 300 years old. I just don't know if it's said yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's over. Know. He's well over. I believe he's well over 300 years old.
He is old. He's like Gandalf, kind of. He's
yeah,
very old.
So then you get another super serious character. Nam. You learn his backstory. His village is dying basically without water. So he has to win to get water, and then he fights a porn star essentially, or a stripper.
She uses her beauty to manipulate the situation and to catch people, maybe lower people's guard, and then
I
good
call
for her,
a stripper, but
can't really blame her.
No, and it almost works.
It almost works.
You think about if Jackie Chan would have been in that ring.
He would have lost.
It could have been a whole other thing.
Yep.
But doesn't work on Nam. He reorients. He slaps his dick. He's like, let's get it together.
Yeah.
And he wins. So that kind of leads us into what I would assume most people have been waiting for, which is Goku's fight with a monster.
Right. But before we get into that, I just want to say this is the only fight where we have two characters that as the viewer, like we don't really care about. Like we don't know who they are beforehand.
Yeah,
And
they really do give it a whole fight, which is rare.
I had a hard time really caring, to be honest with you.
You know, but you also have to think about the fact that
Like I felt for Nam. I felt for him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nam. This isn't Nam's only appearance.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's Rampan's only appearance, but yeah, you're right. This is the one fight that
I was like, all right, yeah, he needs some water. That's cool. Like,
yeah, it was kind of like
probably some way that he'll get it.
You know, if Nam didn't come back in a later part of this show,
I don't remember that he comes.
Oh, he does. There's another part in the show where he's in. But if he wasn't in there, I would have said, you know, it's not even worth watching the episode. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
So Nam wins, and now we have Goku versus Giran, and Giran is like a
dragon.
He's like a dragon. He looks like a
flying lizard.
He looks like a RPG boss.
Yeah,
in like a cave or something. He's a boss.
Sure. Most definitely.
He's got wings and a big tail and
and so Goku and Giran are getting ready to fight. While this is happening, Yamcha has also realized that Jackie Chun is Master Roshi.
Yes.
And the match. Yeah, he's now trying to figure out a way to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
And Goku also, at some point, says it smells like Master Roshi around here.
Yeah.
And so that's another hint that gets dropped.
Krillin wouldn't know, though.
No, Krillin doesn't have that sense of smell.
He doesn't have.
Krillin's pretty oblivious to it the whole time,
yeah.
You know. And then Goku and Giran's match gets rained out, which is where we get that fun.
So they have to postpone.
Yeah, well, the announcer postpones because of the people. Because people don't want to stay on the ring, not because of the fighters, just to be clear.
True. And then
they do fight. Well, the Orin Temple guys are in the saloon.
Yeah, the bullies come back because they're like, all right, we're postponed. Everyone's gonna go to the bar and wait. Basically, is what's happening. All the fighters go to the bar to wait out the ring. Mm-hmm. And so the Orin Temple bullies are there. Giran shows up in a cool hat and coat.
Yeah, and I just want to say the Orin Temple guys are super douches to Giran, and the balls on those dudes.
What? Is it bravery or is it stupidity?
I think it was intoxication.
Yeah, they were probably drunk.
You know, but they don't. I love Giran. He says, "I'll have a milk, please."
Yeah.
And then the guy gets him like a big giant ass glass of milk, and then does like a cool spin move. And I want to say, well, I guess his coat stays on, but a quick spin move, he knocks out all the Orin dudes, chugs his glass of milk, and then's ready to fight Goku right there in the saloon.
Well, they're like making fun of him for drinking milk, but it's like, if I was like about to have to fight in this huge tournament, I'm not drinking a beer. Like, I don't think I would get a milk, but I wouldn't have an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, milk seems a wee bit heavy before
milk
a fight.
Yeah.
You know, let's just agree they're both equally bad to drink before a fight.
For different reasons.
For different reasons,
sure,
yeah.
Fair enough.
But they do get ready to square up in the saloon. Yeah. But Jackie Chun points out to Giran they'll lose the prize money if he fights Goku now.
Right.
And so that brings us to the actual fight, which is where we see our first real use of a key-based attack, but it's a substance. You know, it's not an energy attack. So we see merry-go-round gum.
Yeah. So basically, Giran hawks a loogie at Goku, and it's this like binding, like rubbery gel thing that restrains him. So like he can't move.
If you've seen Hunter x Hunter, it's similar to Hisoka's stuff.
He uses rap.
What?
Like from Pokemon.
Oh, fuck off.
He uses rap. He's a
pretty much, yeah. And then he just goes and picks Goku up and just throws him out of the ring.
Yeah.
To where Goku cheats, and I'm standing by this one. He should have been disqualified for using that Nimbus. That's some bullshit. It's not part of the natural environment, and the judge was dumb. But
I honestly agree. But also, I think Girin shouldn't be able to use rap either. That should probably be banned. Like, you can't, like...
It's a natural substance that comes from his body, though, and that's that they've always said they allow. Do I think it's overpowered? Yeah, but that's the kind of, if it comes from your body, then that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, but it's like...
It's
cheap.
It's super cheap, but it just
super
means
cheap.
that if you want... But also... Like,
you can cheese your way through the tournament with that.
Yeah, but
right?
But I mean, how? Like, everyone already sees your merry-go-round gum in the first round. It's not going to work for you in the second round,
I guess.
I mean, unless you get super lucky or your opponent's just real dumb. And I mean, as we see, it's really not that overpowered because Goku just screams really loud after getting back in.
He is able to break free.
Yeah.
And the judge rules that he could use the Nimbus Cloud that time, but he can't use it again.
Yeah. So after Goku breaks the merry-go-round gum,
Girin just forfeits.
Yeah. Oh, and Goku's tail grows back too before
Yes.
he breaks out of that. I should bring that back. And they do a little foreshadowing because you see Bulma and the rest of the gang kind of freak out.
They're like,
his tail grew back.
They're like, shit. And Krillin's like, what a weird guy. Why does he have a tail?
Yeah. So Krillin's just like, this fucking dude.
Yeah.
So then we kind of move forward. We get into the semifinals, and before we get into the semifinals, they bring everyone. They bring Goku and Krillin out.
Mm-hmm.
And are just kind of talking to them about, how young they are. They tell the announcer that they've been trained by Master Roshi,
Mm-hmm.
to which he makes huge fucking deal of it, reinforcing the idea that Master Roshi is like one of the greatest.
He's pretty famous.
Yeah,
he's famous.
He's very famous.
Like, people know that he is.
Yeah.
If you're a pupil of
Master Roshi is you're no slouch. And so the announcer's like, that explains why they got in.
Yeah.
And that's when we finally learn ages. So Goku is 12, Krillin is 13.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
You also see before the match, Yamcha confronts Jackie Chun about being Master Roshi. He explains it some stupid way. I remember I wasn't satisfied.
How Jackie Chun explains
How he's not Master Roshi?
Yeah, I don't really remember exactly, but he like grabs his hair even because he's like he's got like a wig on, and he like grabs his hair to like pull it off, and Jackie Chun gets real pissed about that.
Yeah,
as he should.
Yeah. If someone pulled my hair, let's fight. Let's fight on site.
Okay, Yamcha. Jackie Chun is better than you. Master Roshi, he's stronger than you. He's smarter than you. He's clearly doing this. He has a reason for doing this. Stop trying to ruin it.
Yeah.
Like, stop being Yamcha.
We can all agree that we really wish Jackie Chun did not rap.
Jackie Chun did rap in this episode.
Yep.
And it was terrible.
It was not good. The women, these ladies gonna love me because I am so studly.
Also, I gotta say, like, this arc took place in September of 2001, which I think we've been through enough at that point as a country. Like, that was a hard month, and now we have to listen to Jackie Chun rap on top of it.
That's funny.
We've been like, Toriyama, come on, man! Like, we're hurting right now.
That
But
aside, terrorist attack aside, we do see the second match, or the first match of the semifinals between Krillin and Jackie Chun. And, you got to feel for Krillin in this tournament because, he got stuck with Bacterium.
Yep.
Which was just shitty. And
Literally.
Then, on top of that, then he has to go up against the fucking old dude with seemingly endless number of tricks that is actually his teacher.
Yeah, he has to fight his sensei.
And so...
He is the grasshopper.
As one would expect, Krillin kind of gets his ass kicked until he kind of throws out this magazine or underwear. Is it underwear? Underwear. He throws out a pair of underwear. And
to distract.
Yeah, Jackie Chun leaps forward and Krillin just fucking nails him on the face, sends him clear out of the ring. And that's when you're like, no shit.
Yeah, you think he might win it.
And then
even though it was cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap.
And it was not a natural part of the environment. And it should disqualify him.
Technically, yeah. But
it equates to a weapon.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Very
But
soft
that's
way.
when you see the Kamehameha from Jackie Chan, and if you had any doubt at this point that it was Master Roshi as a viewer, then now it's confirmed. But he gets back to the ring, which causes a ton of questions.
He uses the Kamehameha wave to propel himself like a rocket.
Yeah.
And put land back on the stage.
Which is genius.
And probably did a lot of property damage.
Oh,
like
sure.
just for this fight. Like,
well,
again,
we haven't even gotten to the property damage yet.
Again, Master Roshi's methods. I don't know about this guy. Like, he could have killed someone with that blast.
After that, it's pretty much over, and Jackie Chan uses an after image technique. I think that's important to mention. That's how he wins the fight.
Yep,
he does an after image, and then he knocks Krillin out with a cross chop to the neck.
Yep. So Krillin is out. So now it's Jackie Chan versus either Nam or Goku. So they're about to fight.
And so then,
so it's
then we're going into the Nam and Goku fight. And, again, this is another fight that I was just like, Goku's going to win. He has to.
You do.
And so it was kind of a throwaway fight for me, personally.
I agree. I mean, because as a viewer, he's going to win.
Yeah.
But it does make you kind of feel for Nam, and you think maybe he's more important of a character.
I just got sick of seeing his little brother showing me a fucking carrot.
Oh, yeah.
And I get it.
You get like a Starvin' Marvin from South Park, like in his desert, his hot desert. They have no water, no food. So that's kind of where we're at. Goku defeats Nam. I think it's just worth mentioning that he uses an after image to do it.
Not just an after image, a double after image, I believe.
He does. I think that was against Jackie Chan.
Oh no, it's true. Oh yeah, it is against Jackie Chan. All right. Well, anyway, so he does the after image against Nam, reinforcing that he can learn any technique.
Yeah, because he's never seen it. He only saw it
just literally
that when Jackie Chan did it earlier, so he can see it, and then he's like, I can do that, so he just does it.
And so, long story short, honestly, Nam loses. Nam loses, and then we're preparing for the finals. Master Roshi this is just worth mentioning real quick. Master Roshi gives Nam a dino cap that is basically just a giant reservoir of water, and then tells him that basically water is free here. You can take as much as you want. You didn't have to do this fucking tournament anyways, and you're an idiot.
I gotta say, how did Nam not know that he could get free water?
I'm wondering that myself.
How did he get that far? Has he been in the city the whole time not drinking water? Because has he not been hydrated this entire thing because he didn't want to pay for it? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Did he never wash his hands after using the bathroom?
Well,
I don't want to pay for that.
Anyways, that.
But he also explains to him
that he is Master Roshi, and
why he's doing.
Yeah, we finally get why Master Roshi is doing this, which is I'll let you.
Yeah, he's doing it because he wants to make sure that Goku and Krillin lose, because if they win, they might get bored of fighting and not want to continue on. But if they lose, they will see that there's people stronger than them, and they'll want to keep training, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty honorable move.
Yeah, it's a great. It reinforces that Master Roshi is pervy. He can be gross. He's very short-sighted, but he does care about his students in the long term.
He does,
and he will do anything to ensure that his students grow up with the right values, the right morals, and a right sense of character.
And also, he can't just enter the tournament as Master Roshi, because then they would not maybe fight. Krillin or Goku might hold back because they don't want to hurt their master.
Or they could get in their head and not fight to their full potential. So it's cool.
It makes sense that he did it the way he did it.
And then he also has Nam put on a little Master Roshi beard and mustache combo to put Yamcha's mind at ease. So Yamcha
sees fake Master Roshi in the crowd, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Jackie Chan is a real guy.
So we got the fight. The fight we've all been waiting for.
Big fight.
The one that's been, whole tournament leads up to this. I just want to throw another thing out here as this fight starts. Toriyama never fixed the ring in the art. So any damage that's done to the ring before the finals and during the finals completely stays like that, which I think is a testament because this whole first part of Dragon Ball was hand drawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was really, just speaks really well to,
more of that continuity.
Yeah, the attention to detail that you don't get in, American cartoons at this time.
Sure.
Yep.
So I think we all knew that Jackie Chan was going to fight Goku at the end.
Yeah,
we've been waiting for it.
Yeah, and it wasn't a surprise to anybody, but it was
still awesome.
Yeah, the build-up was great. You get to see Jackie Chan just pull out this grab bag of techniques, and it reinforcing how old he is and how much of how he is a master of martial arts. So
yeah,
he
does a lot of cool moves.
Hypnotism. He uses the Sleepy Boy technique. Which Goku gets woken up out of because of Bulma.
Yes.
That actually comes up a lot. Bulma and the gang are pretty much heckling the entirety of the match.
Yeah, they're heckling Master Roshi the whole time.
And then you uses Super Saiyan hands.
Yes, he uses Super Saiyan hands.
It's called the Lightning Surprise Attack, and it is the first and only time, to my knowledge, that we see it. We might see it in Super, actually, now that I think about it.
I don't know. Yeah, because I haven't seen Super.
Actually, I'm 90% sure we see it in Super now.
But he used it on Grandpa Gohan at one point, and he just basically runs a bunch of electricity through his hands and paralyzes him.
Mm-hmm. But the only problem is that Master Roshi can't do anything while he's saying it, and he does make a mention that Goku withstands it even longer than his grandfather did, which is where we get a little glance at the full moon.
Yeah, so all these fights have been going on through one continuous day. So at this point, it's late evening, the moon is up, and it's full, and Goku's got his tail back. So he is about to give up. He's about to say, I submit.
I give, I think.
He's about to give up. And then he looks at that moon, and
we have the same thing happens again as in the Pilaf Saga. The difference in this one being that Roshi kind of looks around and looks at what Goku's doing and is like, all right, well, guess we got to do something here, and decides. And then you get to see bulky Master Roshi.
Yeah, so you get Great Ape Goku versus Max Power Roshi, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and so then you see the big climactic scene. He's charging up full power Kamehameha, and I know I put this in the group chat too, but it always irritates me that Krillin's yelling and don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And Yamcha's the only one that runs at Master Roshi to try and stop him. Everyone else kind of just freezes in place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
so it looks like Master Roshi is going to kill Goku, right? That's kind of what we're led to believe.
And the final thing of it is Master Roshi firing Kamehameha at Goku, and it looks like he's dead. And that's where we end that episode.
Yeah,
and
cliffhanger.
Going into the final episode of this arc, we go in to see that something absolutely worse has happened.
Yeah.
Master Roshi has blown up the moon, completely fucking up our oceans.
Yeah.
So I don't remember exactly what would happen if the moon got destroyed, but I'm pretty sure the death toll would be in millions.
From the tides.
Yeah, from the tides and everything like that. So Master Roshi just basically committed mass murder.
He actually probably did more damage by blowing up the moon than if he had just let Big Monkey run for a little while.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But anyway, Master Roshi blows up the moon, and Goku turns back to his kid. He's naked. Krillin gives him his clothes. You also have in a note here that Monster Carrot. We forget that so easily that Monster Carrot was on the moon. So that means that Monster Carrot is now dead. Yes.
So that being said, going back into our last episode where we talked so much about Monster Carrot and if he could have ever come back, I don't think there was a wish that would have brought him back.
No, I don't think so.
I think Monster Carrot is dead and gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of settles that argument from last episode.
Monster Carrot, man. So he's dead now.
And then Goku gets up, he's naked. Krillin gives him his clothes, and then you get just a real bare knuckle martial arts brawl.
Yeah, we get a fairly common trope, which is like, oh, we're both so tired. We both are just gonna we're just gonna do some classic fighting, like no energy attacks. We're just gonna punch and kick because we're too tired. We're out of energy. Master Roshi tries to do a Kamehameha, but it's just like a little. It's like a little dust cloud.
Goku does the same.
Yep.
And then Master Roshi, you kind of see the idea form because he's trying to figure out a way to end it, and he's just stubby legs. So then he asks Goku if he wants to do one final charge to end the whole thing off. And you see the charge happen, the clash, the fall, and announcer starts counting. Whoever gets up, and he gets the 10. And so then we're all kind of confused. And the announcer looks at the dog behind him, which I'm going to bring this up. A lot of elected officials or like officiants or like referees or presidents in this show are dogs.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to throw that out there. I think it's weird that all the elected officials are canines.
Yeah, I don't really know why or what it means, but
they're not really anywhere else in the show. They're just in positions of power.
Yeah. Well, except for Chu. Right? Is that his name? The little
Shu? It's Shu. And he's not a dog. I think he's a fox. I thought he was a fox.
Was a fox? I was pretty sure he was a dog.
I know, I thought he was a dog too, but I want to say he's a fox.
Oh.
Someone can tell me if I'm wrong. Email us and tell me if he's a fox or a dog.
But anyway, so Goku loses, right?
Well, it goes to whoever can stand up first, and this is another controversy that I see because the announcer says the first person to stand up and say they're the world champion wins. Goku gets up first and he says, "I am the world champion," and then falls down. And I'm like, you know what? He got out. I am the world champ. Like, you really had to make him add that. And he even said, the announcer even says, "Ooh, a mere syllable away." And then Roshi gets up and you think he's going to fall and he gets the, "I'm the world champion."
Yeah.
And yeah, Goku loses. And I don't know about everyone else, but my first time watching it, I was, it was a big letdown. Like you were prepared. And at least I was, like, first watching it for the first time. I was prepared for Goku to win.
You think as a viewer that he will win.
Yeah. Because he's basically conquered every single obstacle he's thrown at him so far.
Right. He has yet to lose, so why would you think he would not?
So this is the first time that you see that, Goku does have a limit.
Yeah. So he loses, and Master Roshi gets the prize money.
And also, I just want to two things. For one, the fight, they did say it was over 4 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's pretty cool.
It's a long fight.
And also, when they finally announce that Jackie Chun has won, you see people like celebrating and throwing hats in the air. And I just want to throw out there, there's one lone baby.
A baby. Yes, I saw the baby
in the air.
Yeah,
with hats like high as shit.
Somebody's throwing a baby.
Yeah, throwing a baby. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Goku, and at the end, Master Roshi's plan works exactly how it was supposed to. He shows back up. Goku says, "I'm going to train every day until I'm as strong as Jackie."
He's like, "I want a rematch.
Yeah.
I'm going to train until I'm stronger than you." And then he pulls the wig off of his head. They go out to dinner. Goku eats.
Okay, this is what got me into this Zenny thing that we brought up earlier. So if the prize money was 500,000 Zenny, and if we say that Zenny we'll just say that Zenny is similar to Yen, and for this specific equation. So that means that it would probably be about $5,000, and the bill was 47,000 Zenny. So that means that each meal, if I did my math correct, was about $74.60, and for some reason that doesn't add up to me unless they're eating at like the nicest restaurant ever.
Yeah. Well, Goku eats like over 50 bowls.
Goku eats 57 meals by himself, and then there's 5 others with them.
Right.
So, and then I think
they probably push 70 bowls.
Well, I think we rounded it to 65.
Okay.
and it was like 72, but just for, precision's sake, I did it for 63, and it was 74.60 a meal, and that just seems wrong to me. So I'm thinking maybe like the conversion rate for the Zen to yen is wrong. If someone wants to look up what the currency exchange was in 1980, this is gonna bug me until I figure it out.
Yeah, I'll have to crunch some numbers or something.
Yeah,
Do a little research.
But this arc really wraps up pretty nicely. There's not really.
Yeah, so the arc kind of ends, and Master Roshi has to spend all his prize money on dinner, which is kind of fun. And then we don't really know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, they don't leave you.
They don't like give a little hint. Like this is like in the last one, they were like, "I'm going to go train with Master Roshi." We don't get that in this one, so we don't know where we're going,
and that's fine. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see y'all in a couple weeks when we cover our next saga.
Yep. Just want to say again, you can look at the episodes that we're going to watch on the link tr.ee/thegfp because we're going to skip some episodes because there's some filler in this one. Episodes, we're doing 29 through 44, Red Ribbon Army Saga, but 30 through 33 are filler. So we're going to go from 29 straight to 34, and then we're going to go through. So I'm guessing we'll probably do 2 weeks, and we'll be back with another one. Thanks for listening. And we will see you all soon. Right? Anything else to add?
Are we taking bets on if we're going to see Goku nude in the next saga or arc?
I think we probably will. We see him naked a lot.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of anime wiener in this show so far.
We have. I think we've probably had enough, but
I'm sure they'll toss some more out.
I'm sure there's more to come. So.
All right, for more horny bonks.
All right, we're Alex, John, and Connor. We're wrapping up episode 2. Thanks for listening.
See you later.
Hey guys, just real quick before we go, it's just me, Alex. Just wanted to, before I upload, just say thanks to everybody who's listened. There's not very many of you, but we definitely appreciate it. Part of doing the podcast is you can kind of see where people are listening from, and it's pretty interesting. We've got somebody from Texas, Arkansas. We've got someone in Israel, which is super cool, and India even. So if that is you, thanks so much. Tell your friends so we can continue to grow. So we just really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you for the next one.